हाय फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक। तो अभी हम देखेंगे आई ट्रैवल टू अफगानिस्तान फॉर फूड। टेरेबल आइडिया। मैं यही खाने के लिए कौन चाहता है, वो भी अफगानिस्तान जाना है। चलो देखते हैं, वीडियो शुरू करते हैं। वीडियो शुरू करने से पहले अगर आप चैनल पर नए हो और आपने अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो जल्दी से पहले सब्सक्राइब के बटन और बेल आइकन को क्लिक कर लो ताकि आपको हमारे सारे न्यू वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशन मिल जाए जैसे हम अपलोड करें।
अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आता है प्लीज लाइक एंड शेयर। चलिए शुरू करते हैं। देखिए अफगानिस्तान वन ऑफ द वर्ल्ड्स पूरेस्ट कंट्रीज है इस वक्त। तो कौन इंसान जाएगा खाने के लिए इन द
Dangerous भी
वर्ल्ड्स
है।
वन ऑफ द पूरेस्ट कंट्रीज।
ओ ये वो अच्छा, अब मैंने चैनल देखा है वो, ये जो अलग अलग कंट्रीज में जाके उनके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फूड्स ट्राई करते हैं, वो
जो
अच्छा।
भी जाओगे
हाँ,
इतनी
ये है कि डेंजरस
poor
है, ये
country
टाइम नहीं है,
में
पर
आप क्या जाके
पर
क्या
सस्ता खाना मिलेगा बहुत,
We will
ये
see.
भी है। तो चलो देखते हैं कि क्या क्या खाया अफगानिस्तान में, क्या खास चीजें और क्या है। मुझे लगा पता नहीं कौन सा फूड दिखाने के लिए, जरा अब समझ में आया कि यार अगर करनी, आई थिंक ही केम टू इंडिया ऑल्सो। तो चलो देखते हैं क्या क्या किया वहां पे आकर।
All right, so far so good. Going through immigration was interesting because the immigration official recognized Minnesota, and he said his brother lives in the USA, and he's a very friendly guy now. A step I didn't expect, they had to see our passport and our ticket, and we have to kind of fill out a registration form, but that should be no big deal.
We're not actually in Afghanistan until we cross customs. And in a not-so-camera-friendly nation, our lenses, lights, and light stands have the potential to get unwanted attention.
कैमरे का भी।
So we made it through everything. We made it through customs. No big issue. They asked if I was a journalist. I said no. They checked the bag quickly, and we moved on. All good. So from here, we're going to wait 1 more hour for our fixer, and then we're going to head to the hotel. That's when I'm really going to get my first visual of the city and of what it's really like to be in Kabul. Already here at the airport, I can say not a lot of tourists, at least from Americans or people who look like me. This is the production van for the week.
This drive to the hotel is my last chance to mentally prepare for the mission ahead.
This is an honest question. There have been different stories of Americans who've been captured here who have been let go recently. I mean, a lot of them were tourists. Were they just on normal tours? Do you know anything about this?
No idea, no man. Seriously, I didn't know. I don't read news.
This is Amir. He's Iranian, and Iran is right next door to Afghanistan. Aside from my camera guys, the rest of the cast and crew here are Afghan. My only consideration upon landing today was trying to figure out how not to get kidnapped, which seems not to be a topic on anyone else's mind but my own.
Under Taliban, to be honest, security is quite good. Whether it's safe for foreigners to come to Afghanistan, there's always that, finger cross element. But yeah, it should be okay.
Isn't the kidnapping happening by the Taliban?
By Taliban, yeah.
So when you say good security under the Taliban, how does that put me at ease?
That's a very good question. Yeah, it's a bit late to ask that question, but
It's definitely.
I guess all I can rely on now is my local producer's negotiating skills and the knowledge that everyone in this van would also like to complete this
तालिबान
mission
यूएसए को भी
equally
मतलब
unscathed.
दुश्मन था।
Arriving at our hotel doesn't exactly boost my confidence.
आया क्यों था ये भाई?
Four guys with big guns and multiple huge barriers just to get into the hotel. 5-star, yes? 5
बोलते
star.
मैं ईरानी हूँ।
After passing the initial car check, including the under-vehicle bomb inspection, all our bags are scanned by X-ray. As I pass through security, I'm put more at ease as I realize these men are here to protect me and the other hotel guests. But I can only imagine what sort of threat we require this much protection from.
Finally, this is starting to look like a hotel.
होटल वालों का बैग चेक किया है बाई गॉड।
All right, so I thought it might be interesting for you to see what you get for $60 from a 5-star hotel here in Afghanistan. So, whoosh, king-sized bed, TV, desk right here. This is super handy. A prayer rug. Oh, but wait, I'm not sure which direction I should face when I pray. Oh, no problem, right here. This arrow helps you indicate which way Mecca is, so you know which way to face when you pray. Beyond that, it's a pretty standard room, but let me address the elephant in the room. I'm not wearing the bandana right now because I didn't want to draw any attention to myself, and I'm not sure if I'm going to wear it tomorrow either. And I'm sorry if it feels disconcerting. I know, it's uncomfortable for me too. From here, we're going to rest up, and then tomorrow, we're going to get our first taste of the actual city of Kabul.
Kabul is Afghanistan's largest, most populous city, home to 4.8 million people, meaning around 10% of the nation lives here. Believe it or not, some tourists do actually come to Afghanistan. They travel here to wander through the 3,500-year-old quarters of the city, where bazaars still bustle with the same chaotic energy as centuries past. Here, nearly any path will eventually lead you to a unique taste of Afghanistan, like this, a dish made of only hooves and heads.
That is some soft, supple skin. I got to do this cow's skin routine.
We'll break bread here soon. But first, I'm headed somewhere else to break my fast.
We're going to be trying Afghan food for the first time in just a moment. But most importantly today, we're going to get adjusted to how it's actually going to work here to film video in Kabul. The problem isn't just with officials who don't want you to shoot, but also with the people themselves. From what I've experienced just in the last day, there are certain people who are open to being shot, maybe for a very short time, but many who want nothing to do with the camera at all. But I do have some good news. Behind me, we have our first location, the location where we're going to be trying our first Afghan food of this trip. And that food is called chainaki. I'm told chainaki means teapot or tea kettle. Chai might sound familiar, like the word chai tea, which means tea. Here, this man is stuffing all of these different ancient-looking tea kettles with mutton. Wali, salam. I don't know what he said, but that sounded very polite.
Wally is the second-generation owner of the 70-year-old eatery, but this cooking technique goes back centuries.
Right here we have a sample tea kettle. He has some different cuts of the sheep, including the dumba, the butt fat meat of the sheep, plus some protein. He stuffs that into the tea kettle.
Water and a pinch of salt follow the sheep meat into the teapots.
The next step is to put dal inside.
Chainaki is food of Afghanistan's nomads, folks who value portable, practical cooking methods, the type of people who don't mind the taste of sheep fat tainting their morning tea.
We're moving on to our next ingredient right here. This is a combination of tomato and onion.
Even after centuries of cookware innovation, a humble clay teapot remains the best choice for chainaki. Its snug lid traps steam, while its thick walls retain heat, allowing the dish to slow cook for hours at the perfect temperature.
You'll actually see there is a wood oven underneath with a fire inside, providing all the heat to these tea kettles right here.
Over the next couple of hours, Wally will be busy tilting, tapping, and timing each teapot, all to ensure each one produces the perfect result. But that is just our protein. In Afghanistan, a meal is not a meal without Afghan bread.
Right now, we're in an Afghan bread making factory, making one of the most popular types of bread they have in this country. And this stuff is delicious. In the back of this room, there's literally a bathtub full of dough. Sometimes I'll use the bathtub as a funny form of measurement. Like, could I have 3 bathtubs full of gravy, please? There's an actual bathtub. The gentleman in the back, he pulls out big globs of dough. He weighs them, and then he forms them into nice, smooth dough balls. Right here, this is where the texture happens. This gentleman right here is flattening the bread, and then on this side, he's kind of perforating the bread, so it'll be easier to tear apart later. Now, this guy is doubling up. He's got 2 big slabs of already perforated dough, so his job is just to put moisture on the pillow and put that dough into the oven. You're so quick, you hit the camera. Well done. The fist bump, it never got to Afghanistan, unfortunately. This oven's about 12 or 13 feet deep. It is freaking huge. It is like a big sphere. The fire heats up all the clay on the surface of the tandoor. After 4 or 5 minutes, the bread is finished. And then comes this guy. His job is just to take out the already finished bread. Ooh. Okay, I thought it was his job. I guess this guy's doing double duty. Ooh. Oh, yes. All right, so right here we have some fresh bread. Beautiful, golden, brown, flaky. This looks incredible. And it smells even better. Those perforated edges makes it easy to tear, and it stops all the bread from bubbling out into a big bread bubble. Nobody wants that. This is literally what it means to break bread. Let me try to feed this guy. I think that's normal here. Either I get slapped or he takes a nice big bite. Here, do you want some bread? There we go. It's a country where men aren't afraid to be men. They're very comfortable with each other. Amazing. When it's fresh out of the oven, it's light, it's crackery, airy, and just full of fresh bread flavor. As good as this is alone, we are going to actually be pairing it with that chainaki, which is almost done now. About 3 hours have passed since this started cooking. Now it's time to unveil the final product. Wally, take it away. He peels back this blanket that I guess was helping to hold in the steam and the heat. Boom. There it is. Still absolutely boiling and bubbling away. You can see the meat is really cooked. It's kind of shrunk down. That dumba that's inside has turned the broth into an oily tomato fusion. From here, there's nothing left to do but head to the table and eat. All right, folks, this is our first meal in Afghanistan, and I cannot wait. First of all, it is a tea kettle. I am curious if we're able to pour some broth out. Absolutely not. I think the tea kettle may be clogged. Oh, do you want to take over? All right, he's going to help me shake it out all the way. Thank you. The food here has undergone quite a transformation. The tomato and the onion have combined with that Dumba fat to make a thick fatty sauce. Here's the thing, no silverware. This is going to be our eating utensil right here. I want to start with this sauce that's been made by boiling all those ingredients together.
जैसे चिकन बनता है
man.
उसी तरह से
That's perfect. People always talk about including acid if you're eating something heavy. So of course we have this rich meat and this rich fat, and he's cut it with tomato sauce, so it's not overwhelming, it's not overly fatty. And the smell of Dumba is ever present. Dumba is a type of sheep, but it's also a part of that sheep, and they're using the Dumba, that fat inside of this dish. It's like very lamby, sheepy, but in a good way. That's just the sauce though. If you look deeper, we've got big chunks of meat. After hours of braising, that meat should have become soft and tender. This is why I came to Afghanistan. That meat, it's super soft, tender, and fatty. The dal adds a little bit of body to it, and it helps thicken everything up. Right here we have some bone. I'm gonna peel that meat off the bone. Amazing. I know why this shop has been here for 70 years. They're doing something that makes customers very happy. It's very satisfying. This is a food that you have to risk being kidnapped in order to try. This is worth at least 3 months of captivity. 2 years? I don't know. Let's see what else we can find here.
Just outside the Chainaki shop, I stumble into Mandawi, Kabul's busiest open-air market. Here, I plan to search out ingredients that'll come together as this video's final meal.
Oh, right there, the cow head.
But as I merge into the crowd, things take a turn when a man equipped with a rifle grabs my arm.
They're asking for our permit. Let's talk about filming in Afghanistan. As I said earlier, we have permission to be here. Our permit is really focused around food and culture, but there were 2 things they told us to kind of stay away from. And those 2 things are military and women. The military stuff makes sense. They don't want us filming any military equipment, any officers, any official women. It's another sensitive thing. Coming here, I thought I would see 0 women. Instead, I've seen some. But in general, the best move is to not film them, to not focus the camera on them, and just focus on the guys. Are there enough guys to film? Oh, there's plenty of guys. With breakfast complete, I've just stepped out of the restaurant. The restaurant is located in Mandawi Market, but exclusively on this road is a special bird market. This is a place where people bring birds of all kinds, all different species, from tiny songbirds to giant freaking turkeys. Right here, oh my God, look at the size of this rooster right here. Very beautiful bird. This man either bought this bird or he plans on selling it soon, but we'll never know for sure because there's a little bit of a communication gap. From morning to now, these streets have gotten absolutely packed. Some people are stationary with their birds. Some are carrying them around, hoping that someone will see their beautiful specimen and buy it off of them. Wow. Take a look at this beautiful specimen. What I'm told is that this is meant to be a pet. I've never seen anybody in the USA with a bird this big as a pet. Here you got it. Afghanistan style.
Mandawi Market has thrived in Kabul's northern edge for over a century, born of Silk Road caravans and royal decrees. Today, its winding lanes still pulse with that old world energy.
Right here, we have 2 superstars for Afghanistan's premier athletic endeavor. I'm talking about cockfighting. Since the Taliban have taken over, this is actually kind of a haram sport. It's not something that's exactly illegal, but it's something that continues in the shadows. I mean, all these roosters, they're out, they're in the open. People know what's going on, but the actual fighting, that happens in very secretive locations. We probably won't see that while we're here.
Almost every face you see in this market is a man's. Turbaned elders, young laborers, and plainclothes Taliban whose rifles hang just out of sight. One such man stops me on my way.
Oh, they're asking for our permit.
Here in Kabul, the uncommon sight of an American standing in front of a camera crew is bound to create suspicion. As this is our first day with boots on the ground, I'm still sizing up how big of a challenge the Taliban will present.
All right, thank you. Wow. I think that's going to be kind of a routine while we're here in Afghanistan, but everything so far, so good.
So far, I've spent the morning feeling out Afghanistan's unspoken borders, testing the limits of where I can go, what I can say, and in which direction our lenses can shoot. Then I ran into these guys, a group of Americans.
My parents immigrated from Afghanistan to America in the late 80s. Myself, my brothers, we're all born and raised in California, spent our whole lives there. So it's been 45 plus years since my parents have been back. So we thought we'll take a little family trip, and we're here for the first time, and we leave in a couple of days.
What were your feelings coming here for the first time, especially after the changes this country's undergone in the last couple of years?
Initially, we were a little bit, hesitant. We're like, what's going to happen, since it was our first time here too. But once we landed, just, all we saw were hospitable people. Even this vendor right here, we were trying to haggle with him a little bit on the clothing. He's like, you know what, just take it if you want.
Nothing that we heard about Afghanistan on the news in America was accurate.
From my own perspective, I wouldn't say Afghanistan is nothing like what you hear about in the news. It's at least something like what you've heard.
Literally a week ago, there's reports of tourists who were held in captivity for 2 years before being let go. I mean, what do you make of that?
I honestly don't know what happened. I don't know those politics of it, and that's in the back of everybody's mind.
Crossing paths with fellow Americans who have navigated Kabul without issue does put me more at ease. Still, a nagging feeling tells me they blend in here much more than I ever could.
Coming to the end of the bird market will bring you here to where you will find the absolute biggest birds you'll find anywhere in Afghanistan. These right here are turkeys. These are used only for food, and they are absolutely massive and juicy. Look at that. It doesn't look like my ball sack. I wasn't going to say that. That's definitely it's not like that at all.
Despite the turkey's impressive appearance, I'm looking for something even bigger.
All right.
भाई गॉड, एक तो डेंजरस एरिया में गया, ऊपर से जब खासकर वो लोग 3-4 आ गए थे गन लेके कि अपना दिखाओ,
छोड़ दिया।
हाँ, पर छोड़ दिया था। उसके बाद उन्होंने ऐसे भी किया था,
दिखाए होंगे पेपर्स,
हाँ पेपर्स दिखाने के बाद। पर बहुत ही डेंजरस बात है, पता नहीं होता कोई बहुत ही एंटी हो जाए और कुछ उसको हो कोई ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम, तो फिर तुम कैसे अपने आप को सेव
मगर
करोगे?
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बुरा सत्यानाश था,
बहुत बुरा हाल था, गरीबी बहुत थी, बहुत गरीबी दिख रही
Medieval
है।
world की तरह।
हाँ, वही जैसे मार्केट में घुस रहे हैं, बुरा हाल है उस जगह का,
रोड्स में
घुसने
पानी भरा हुआ
का,
है।
लोगों की भी हालत बहुत ही मतलब
लोगों
उस
की
टाइप
हालत
से
खराब
थी।
है।
तभी मैं जब वो दिखाए ना, 2 अमेरिकन आए हुए हैं, वो अफगानिस्तान के ही होंगे पर रह रहे थे, अमेरिका में रहते हैं। मैं तो वो सुन के हैरान हो गई कि इस टाइम पे वो क्या करने आए हैं, और वो पूरी वैसी ड्रेस थे, लग ही नहीं रहे थे। जब उसने कहा ना ये 2 अमेरिकन है, मैंने कहा ये अमेरिकन कहाँ
they
से
were
हो गए?
born in America।
हाँ, they were born in America।
पेरेंट्स जो थे वो
यहाँ के
अफगानी
होंगे,
थे,
पर उन
और जब वो यूएस में पैदा हुए हैं, वापस आए अफगानिस्तान जस्ट टू सी थिंग्स,
घूमने के
और
लिए
उन्होंने अपना वेशभूषा सारी
वैसी।
मैच की है लोकल लोगों से।
हाँ, वो तो लग रहे थे पूरे वैसे ही, कोई चेंज उन्हीं की तरह लग रहे
बोल
थे।
रहे थे वी आर गोइंग बैक।
हाँ, उसके बाद हम वापस जाएंगे। और उनका कहना ये था कि भैया जो अमेरिका दिखाता है वैसा तो ये बिल्कुल भी नहीं है। अब क्या अमेरिका कैसा दिखाता है
तो
बिल्कुल भी नहीं है,
इसीलिए
तो
भाई
समझ
साहब
नहीं
ने
आया।
कहा कि इट इज नॉट ट्रू।
हाँ,
सारा जो यूएस दिखाता है वैसा अफगानिस्तान ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते, नहीं है। some parts are correct।
क्योंकि पता बोलना था किसी को किडनैप कर लिया और कितने महीनों या पता नहीं कितने के बाद छोड़ा है, तो इट इज स्टिल नॉट सेफ।
और ये भी बताया क्योंकि वो लोग ब्लेंड इन हो सकते हैं
हाँ,
लोगों के
क्योंकि और
साथ,
साथ में-
इसलिए इट इज ओके फॉर देम,
हाँ,
बट नॉट फॉर पीपल हु कांट ब्लेंड इन।
एंड प्लस तुम अगर तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स अफगानिस्तान के थे और तुम ड्रेसअप भी बिल्कुल वैसे ही हो, वैसी आप दाढ़ी टोपी सब पहनी हुई थी, तो और भाषा भी आती होगी वहाँ उनके
होगी,
बोलने,
of course,
तभी
of course, okay,
तभी आए होंगे, नहीं तो उनको भी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होगी वहाँ पे आने के लिए। तो ऑब्वियसली वो तो तुम तो उन्हीं के होगे ना, तुम उन्हीं के हो, पर जो अमेरिकन एक्चुअल अमेरिकन है वो उन्हीं का नहीं है, तो उसमें डिफरेंस होता है। और उनके लिए जो उन्हीं का नहीं है उनको ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम या हो सकती है, पर इनको अभी तक को तो कुछ नहीं हुई। और वो जो खाने का बनाया था वो केटल में वो सब करके, मैं तो पहली बार ही देखा, छोटी छोटी केटल के अंदर बना रहे हैं। ब्रेड तो उनकी बिल्कुल हमारे जैसे तंदूर में करते हैं वैसी थी, सिर्फ ये है कि शेप थोड़ी डिफरेंट थी, बड़ी थी, वो सब था थोड़ा था, पर हमारी तरह ही वो ना तो तंदूरों में बना रहे थे। तो इंटरेस्टिंग था देखना। और ये है कि मैं तो शायद नहीं खा सकती ऐसा खाना, नॉट पॉसिबल। तो चलो यार, आप भी शेयर करना अपने थॉट्स। चलते हैं, मिलेंगे नेक्स्ट वीडियो में बहुत ही जल्द। टिल देन टेक केयर एंड बाय बाय।
तो अगर आप मेरे इस चैनल पे नए हो तो जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब के बटन को हिट करो और बेल आइकन को क्लिक करो, ताकि आपको मेरा जब नया वीडियो मैं लगाऊं आपको उसके बारे में जल्दी से पता चल जाए।